Rain.
Yes.
We're so excited to have you here.
I'm excited
This
to
is
be
so
here.
great.
Yay.
Thank you so much.
My
Thank you.
pleasure.
Yes,
I
thank you.
say.
You know, LTYC has been around for about 16 years, doing our best to be a light in the dark spots of the community,
Thank
whether it be
goodness.
Baltimore and Maryland and in DC. Starting here in Baltimore, really wanting to wrap our arms around young people, giving them the opportunity to connect with the arts. And so, you know, we believe that every child should have equitable access to the arts.
They should.
Yeah, from ages 3 to 18.
That's right.
What are your thoughts about just arts as education, arts as outlets, performing and creative? What's your thoughts about it?
I think, to me, arts is very intercurricular. So if you're good at music, you might be great at math. If you're good at theater, you might be great at English, learning how to write, learning how to speak concisely and, effectively.
Yeah.
If you're good at music and math and certain things, maybe you'll be good at science. So to me, it's all intercurricular. So it kind of all goes together. And that's how I learned. I learned from a teacher in science who was so theatrical. She jumped off the table to say, like, gravity. And I was like, oh, I love science.
She pulled you in.
Yeah,
she pulled you in.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What arts do you specifically connect with or have been trained in? Or
so the art, in life and my work, the art I'm known for is theater, and television and film, some film work. What I do in my life is I design cookies, like I bake cookies, I should say, and I put portraits on them. I draw portraits on cookies. So I love the medium of like oil painting, and I'm not great with watercolor. I think, and I admit that, but I'm great at doing portraits and kind of almost like still life kind of work. My mom was a really amazing photographer. So I love the idea of creating pictures, which is also then carried into my theater arts work as a director too.
Of course.
It's creating these pictures throughout that tell a story. So
So with the baking of the cookies, you're mixing culinary arts, visual arts,
yes, sir,
and even again, it's expressive art as well, creative art, because it's coming from inside. You're putting it together, and then you eat the cookies, or do you
I eat them and I sell them. Like that's
great.
It's been an amazing. I never knew I could do that.
So we have to get you to be a part of one of our culinary arts programs in some kind of way, and come do like a master class with the kids and do some cookie art.
Because people don't think about that. They don't think about cookie art, and I call it edible art.
Yeah. I love that. I love edible art. And so, of course, you have a track record, acting, directing, writing. And so tell us how your work that you're into now, tell us about this new season in your life and what you're all about now, and how you believe that still connects possibly to the arts and also possibly to young people.
So where I'm at now in life is, so I have two things going on that I think all merge into one. So I have myself entering this strange world of politics, but entering it in a way that actually informs everything I do in life, which is about bringing culture and people together to hold conversation, which is part of the work that I'm doing in entertainment, is creating a TV series about a multiracial, multicultural girl growing up in the 1970s. And the idea is to spark conversation around race and religion. And I think we're at a place in the world to have that discussion. 100%. And it enters everything that I do, because without, art creates conversation, right? If you look at a piece, whether it's visual art or writing, it sparks something in you. And that, I think, when you are an artist at heart, and I was born as an artist, I believe, that has to enter into everything it is that I do. So to me, politics is an art, this entering into something new, and how can I transform, inspire, and create conversation that will create positive change and effective change.
That's amazing. I think, when you say something about politics coming together with art in the community, making a difference that way,
yes, sir,
and, it being real and tangible, I think that's really where we kind of, move on the lines of disconnect. Absolutely. Is making things be real and tangible, putting the cookies where the kids can't reach them, making sure that we have access to all these beautiful things. Could you see an education system without arts being involved?
I can't see an educational system without arts being involved. I mean, it's our kids, I taught in inner city school for a while, and what I learned about our society, theater. But what I learned that was interesting is our kids have lost the ability to imagine and create because our society is telling them not to. And their situations in life don't present that ability, that privilege to be able to imagine something different. And I think if we were to lose the arts and lose music and lose all that, then we're going to lose our kids to have that ability to imagine, because without imagining, we can't have our scientists and we can't have our mathematicians. Because all of them thought great things that are here. Everything we thought of put into the universe happens.
Even these chairs we're sitting in.
Someone created that. Exactly.
Had to sketch it first.
Exactly. Make the mold. So I think it all does go together. It's not and or, and I think we have to stop living in this world that is either or, but merge everything together, because that's who we are. That's where our culture really comes from. If you look back in history, everything is art-based. So we have to continue that for our kids.
And I love what you're saying about imagination.
Absolutely.
So we want our young people to have imagination. We want them to be creative thinkers. We want them to be
critical thinkers,
independent.
Yes,
all
sir.
All of it, right? So it's good stuff to really have and move along.
Absolutely.
Do you sing at all?
I do sing.
Do you sing in the public, or you sing in the shower?
I do sing public. I sing jazz and blues in public. I haven't in a year, but yes. Yes.
Give us your best rendition right now of Mary Had a Little Lamb.
In which style?
The one
in
that
a jazz
the
style.
One that connects with you the most.
We're going to channel.
Channel the one that makes it. We're going to sprinkle some fairy dust on you.
And people are going to laugh and be like, I never heard Mary Had a Little Lamb that way. All right, let's see. All right, here we go. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb. Her fleece was white as snow.
Oh, that was awesome.
Now, why does it have to be white?
Hilarious. So, I mean, the moments that we have right now that we're sharing is exactly your energy.
I wonder if Billie Holiday ever did that.
Hilarious. No, you know what? She probably did. You got to do some type of warm up. You can't get on stage without vocal my movement. You got to do something.
You have to.
I can imagine.
I studied opera when I was 13 years old, and Leontine Price. So seeing a black opera singer just transform.
Leontine is one of the best. Her, Marian Anderson and the crew, right?
I just never knew. Right. So to hear someone that was of color sing and come out with, it was just like, I want to do that, And so, I studied very intently for over a year opera, and I went to special camps that majored in music and arts to study theory, music theory, and which cracks me up because I can play music. I can write my own music, and so and where I'm leading to is I understand when someone tells you can't do something, how that impression can last with you that you'll stop doing it. So I wrote all the time until someone said you can't, and I stopped. And I realized that our kids need inspiration.
So we need to continue to tell our kids that they can.
Right. And find a way to utilize that skill, whatever it is, whether it's, like I said, it's all interconnected.
Sure.
So if we can find, we see Junior out there and he's drawing but not paying attention in class. How can we use his drawing to demonstrate what we're trying to teach? And I think we need to find that connect. And I really believe in that.
Yes. Yeah, and that connect is inclusive. We have to do it as a community.
Absolutely.
We have to do it, from a family. We have to do it from folks like you that are connected in the political world. We have to do it with organizations like LTYC, the school system, the religious organizations. Everyone has to be.
I will share something that important about the work that you're doing in our schools. My daughter suffers from panic disorder and depression. And it stemmed from incidents that happened in school, but she had no outlet. And one of the things that gets her to calm down is art. When she can concentrate and draw a picture, she, you know, goes into that place. Because oftentimes we're like, you know, knock it off, you're a kid, you know, as parents and individuals. So when you talk about community, that artistic ability can change the chemicals in the brain, at least for that moment in time where she was able to go, and the panic ceases. You know.
I mean, it really creates an energy inside. And I like what you're saying. I mean, we have LTYC, we have a program that we've done for about 12 years, one-on-one arts mentoring. So we connect young people to individuals that are experts, practitioners, artists in their world. We train them in our behavioral and clinical model. And then we, you know, encourage them through a strength-based approach and a solutions-based approach to really use the art as an outlet. If they're interested in visual art, if they're interested in creative writing, they're interested in music or theater, we connect them so that they can use it as healthy, expressive outlets.
And to get you guys then from that to go nationwide. Because we need it.
Yeah.
You know?
Thank you so much for your time today.
My
I really
pleasure.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
You.
Yes, thank you.